I was trying to get connected with JD and Will. We're trying to work on that real quick. Got Darian, the future married guy that's going to be happening this weekend. Still no invitation. But that's okay. Look, I told you I'm going to say it every single day.
I know.
While you're here. Yeah. So, you excited? You nervous? Are you guys there?
Above.
We're here.
I'm at a calm right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I'm about to pull you up. Mike's out.
But I do think come Thursday and Friday, I might be a little frantic.
Yeah.
No reason to be frantic.
Yeah. I mean, you're just going to be with the same woman for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You ain't going to – don't look at another woman. Don't talk about another woman. Don't you bring up another – like your exes. None of that. Don't do none of that. And when you have your fight, when you're married, because he is different when you're like a fiance.
Yeah.
And it's different when you're a boyfriend and girlfriend, right? Because y'all can still like go your separate ways.
Yeah, it's over with.
See, like when you're married, you got to go back home.
Yeah.
You gotta answer, especially when you do something stupid. Especially when you do something stupid.
Hey, can I like go in the other room?
I mean, yeah, but she's gonna want to talk about it. And you got to be expressive about your feelings, but then don't be too expressive because then you don't want to be a jerk.
Yeah.
And hurt her feelings.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Can't do that. She's sensitive.
Yeah. Don't say that. Don't say that.
I know I can't say that.
She is connected to her emotions.
Yeah, she's very.
Don't say. Oh, you don't say. Oh, you just being sensitive. Nope.
She's very emotionally mature.
There you see. You're alert. You're already thinking like a husband.
Yeah. Very emotionally mature.
Man,
there you go.
I don't know what all that jibber jabber nonsense you talking, bro. Being married is not about caving to the will of the other person. It's about the other person having enough mutual respect for you to see your point of view and take that into account. Also, you should be able to say how you feel.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
No, you know what I'm saying. But I mean, just in general, like I don't subscribe to. I don't completely subscribe to the whole like happy wife, happy life philosophy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no one is saying that. I wasn't saying that. What I was saying was basically, there's ways that you're gonna have to handle things, right? Like, it's not about bowing down or just kissing butt or anything like that, or forgetting who you are in a relationship.
It's me picking my battles.
It's picking your battles, but also being mature enough how to handle those battles. Mm-hmm. Because when you're with someone, especially for a long term, there's ways you're gonna have to handle things. You can't do it like when you were a boyfriend and girlfriend. Be like, oh, I'm gonna cut you off and I'm gonna go do that. No, like, you gotta step up.
You're stuck like Chuck.
Well, it's not about being stuck, but you just can't handle things like you once was. Yeah. It's about being mature.
The big thing is, Darren, is just don't step on her toes because she's gonna be barefoot in the kitchen, right? Is that
right?
Yeah. Just don't step on her toes when you're walking through there. That's the secret.
Darren, did you just admit live on the air that your plan was to keep your wife barefoot and pregnant? Because that's what I heard. I mean,
that what you heard.
Well, JD said she was going to be barefooting in the kitchen, and so you shouldn't step on her toes. And you were like, yeah, that's right.
I mean,
I ain't gonna keep her barefoot and pregnant, maybe twice.
That's why you my guy. Get her some slippers.
Straight up.
That's the real way you handle that.
Or you get heated floors.
Yeah, that's also an option.
I mean, there's lots.
That's next level balling right there.
Floors. Lots of options at Burton Campers. For travel trailers and mobile homes that
straight like that.
We have heated floors in our trailer. It's excellent.
It's a place you can live.
Yes.
When you get kicked out.
When we do the bathroom remodel here at the first of the year, absolutely 100% getting heated floors in the bathroom.
Yeah, it's nice.
Absolutely.
Especially for the wintertime. You get out of bed, hit that early morning, late night bathroom.
Well, and it sounds bougie and it sounds ballinish, but the reality of it is that like if you get it done as part of new construction, not really that bad. Actually, a pretty comfortable upgrade from a price point. It's when you got to rip out the floor to put it in is where.
So they don't have to. I would have thought they would have to do that anyway. If they were, so you're not replacing the floor. Well,
yeah, you do. That's what I'm saying. Like if you're already an existing structure, then it is more expensive because they've got to rip out the floor and then put a
But
new
if you're
floor
going
down.
into it, okay, I see what you're saying. But
But
if
if you're
it's new
getting
construction,
if it's new construction, when y'all find a lot and decide to build your dream home, then
that's
that's something you can add in. That's not really. It's an amenity that you can add in. That's not nearly as expensive. It is if you have to rip up the floor, put it in and put it in a new floor. That's what I was saying.
But when you have that conversation, have a conversation together.
Oh yeah,
and then tell her like, hey, this is what I want.
See, it'd probably be her saying, "Hey, my coworker has heated floors, so we're gonna get that in our next house." And I'd be
Again,
no. But you also got to tell her. You got to talk to her about budgets and stuff too. You got to say, look, babe, is it within the? You got to kind of rein that in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So
look, just, again, don't step on her toes when you put your foot down. I mean, that's it.
Well, and listen, and she may be the breadwinner.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Darian may be at home with the kids and be like, Mama, can we please get some heated floors? Because when I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to feed these children, my tootsies get a little cold.
Right.
And I'm sure she'll be like, you know what? You
get back in the kitchen.
You take good
Make me a sandwich. Why are you waking me up at 5 in the morning asking me this? Because damn it, I got to get up in about 2 hours. I got to get up in 2 hours and pay all the bills. Because that's what that conversation is going to be.
But seeing that's not my reality. It'll probably be the other way of her being up at 4 o'clock in the morning thinking about that. And I'm looking like I'm half dead.
You say that now. Because I said the same thing until my baby girl started crying and my son started crying. Yeah. And guess what? I was up.
Oh no, I'm gonna be up. Yeah, I'm gonna be up.
So. You'd rather be half dead than all dead.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Hey,
full dead.
Hey, listen, it would have been tough when they were younger, and I'm not saying it'd been easier as they got, but had like stay-at-home dad been an option, and like the queen was just balling and had it like that. Oh yeah.
You'd have been Stedman.
I would have been toting them back and forth to cheerleading and soccer.
I would have been quiet
and all that stuff.
Be like, Stedman, does Stedman even talk? Like,
Stedman don't even talk.
I'd be like, Stephanie, how much of an allowance do I get each week? Oh, that's great. Thanks.
Man, if I could be Stedman, man, I man, come on now.
Y'all see Will sitting at the house trying to breastfeed with one of those things that you put on.
No, the man.
But hey, listen.
My wife said she was gonna give me one of those. I said, no, don't do that.
I on more than one occasion woke up and went to the refrigerator and got a bottle that had been pumped, and took it into the kids' room, and they're like, yeah, this isn't the right thing, Dad. I'm like, hey, listen, this is what you're gonna get.
Right.
So if you're hungry, take it out this bottle.
Wait a minute, hold up. How old was this kid talking like that?
I mean,
like 13.
My children are very smart, So basically, like in like 4 months, they were talking in complete sentences. They're like,
hey, Dad, like this ain't the right milk.
Change my diaper. Like
he got a whole peach fuzz. Something. This ain't the right milk.
Crap myself. Yeah. Because
he got a 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, because I'm like, listen,
Dad, I gotta go to work.
Because really, at the end of the day, you just gotta let your children know, like, listen, them things right there, they just on loan to you for a minute.
That's it.
Look, I tell my I tell my kids every day. Look, I tell my kids every single day that. That's a good advice, Will, because I tell my kids that, like, look, that's temporary.
Don't get used to that.
Hey, look, I want my babies back.
Right.
I want my baby back.
Come on now.
That's so good.
So we are counting down the no invitation to the wedding.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
AJ, I checked the mail today. You know what wasn't in there?
His invitation.
Nope.
Yeah.
Did you check your mail?
I did. I've been checking it every single day, and my email, because people don't send out. Because he could lie and say, "Oh yeah, it was sent in the mail." Nobody sends out invitations anymore through mail. They do it through Evite.
Y'all got me on the spot. Man.
He could at least put out an email and gave us the wrong date or something.
Not the wrong date.
Could at least did that.
Had us showing up to the carriage house, knowing they was getting married in the main house.
You know what? I guess to be fair, hey Darian, our wedding gift is in the mail.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's tough right there. All right.
Y'all registered.
you know-
Y'all registered at Callie's, right?
Callie's love stuff. Adam and Eve, all that good stuff.
That's fair.
I really think that you're going to like the outfit that I picked out for her. It's like French maid esque.
I thought you got it for him. No?
Shh.
Oh. Oops.
Wow.
Dang.
I can't tell you anything.
Just don't be. Hey, look, just don't wear that outfit up here. That's what I'm gonna say. Just do not wear that outfit up here.
We're not going
Get some slippers.
All right, real quick, as we move along, I'm gonna just do Crocker Move Services real quick. CrockerMoveServices.com, CrockerMoveServices.com. Great moving company, professional, understands just service. At the end of the day, it's all about service with them. They just want to make sure that you are very happy and pleased with the move from start to finish and everything in between as well too. Because they're going to treat your stuff like it's their very own. So you already know they're going to handle it with care. Eric Hire is the best. Full background check. He served this country, now he wants to serve you. Everything from top notch is all about the family that they're trying to serve when it comes to your move. So when you're ready to make that move, no matter how big or small, reach out to the moving professionals. CrockerMoveServices.com, CrockerMoveServices.com. All right, let's take this break.
Let's do it.
Yes. Will, I'm glad you're here. Glad you're feeling better,
Glad
man.
you're feeling better.
Yeah,
Well,
it's good to see
that's-
your lovely face.
That's a little bit of an overstatement, but I'm here for sure, and I appreciate the sentiment. I
Yeah,
definitely.
well, it was a lot better than yesterday.
Oh yeah,
You
for
was
sure.
down bad.
Well, I just refused to take the medicine today.
See?
It's
There you
really
go.
at the end of the day, I just didn't take the medicine.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're here to do the show with us. I'm glad it's a full
Thank
house. It is Breaking Bread right here on Talk 99.5. We'll be back right after this.
You're listening to
Thanks to the fine folks at Lania's Furniture Company for providing this super comfy furniture inside of the Redland Rifle studio. Redland Rifle, if you're looking for some peace of mind. This world is crazy, and it seems to be getting crazier by the day. Make sure you have the ability to protect the ones that you love. Quite frankly, we have some very attractive, less lethal options here as well. If you're interested in such, they are available to you. But thanks to Lania's Furniture, if you want some super fancy, super high quality adult furniture, go check out that Acre showroom out in Kimberly, Alabama at Lania's Furniture, because Lania's Furniture Company is awesome. Lania'sFurnitureCompany.com, LAUNIUS FurnitureCompany.com.
Their stuff is also less or non-lethal.
Yes.
So it's good.
Yes.
Well, it depends.
Yeah, I mean, if you do it, like if you buy one of the couches and then you like consummate a relationship on it, and then you end up with a child, that's pretty lethal.
Definitely detrimental to your wallet.
I was actually thinking of you trying to lift up a sofa.
Like,
Oh,
I didn't think you was going to take it that route.
No, I'd call Crocker Moving Services for that. I mean,
Unless you're AJ, that's a good point. AJ will
That's
kill
a
you
good
with a
point.
sofa.
AJ, I'll drop it on your toe.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yes.
we were going in
With
different
his
directions.
slippery hands.
Yes.
Well, no, actually, because I think I didn't break my foot, but I did drop a TV on my foot. Trying to help somebody move,
Man.
and I tried to play it off, and yeah, that was
You
not
need
fun.
liability insurance just to move furniture.
You do. They got a lot of insurance, so they want to make sure, everybody's good.
I actually saw Eric this morning.
Did you?
I did. I was taking one of the girls to swim practice, and he came up next to me. He's got a slick haircut. Looks like he probably gets that done on Mondays.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very very good looking haircut.
That's awesome.
Y'all barbers open on Mondays? Mine Monday's an off day with the barbershop.
Look, Great Clips is open like every day.
I stopped. Well, I don't know. I stopped going to the barbershop a lot of years.
I'm moving my camera.
Several years ago.
Oh, okay.
Several years ago.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta.
You see that
share
light?
it.
You see that light right there? Yeah. That tells you
Well-
I don't need to worry about no.
Well, yeah, he's shaving in the bathroom. Will got
he got his own personal barber.
personal barbershop in
Yeah.
the studio. JD, did you just say Great Clips?
100%. Hey, look, don't look.
Sports clips.
No. Great Clips.
What's the difference?
One of them's great.
Yeah.
One of them's sport.
One of them sporty. I don't know.
And neither one of them I can go in.
No, actually, the girl that I go to, she's awesome. Like I've invited her on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's really good. I mean,
Oh, that's sweet. You let a girl cut your hair. That's sweet.
I don't care one way or
There's
another.
nothing wrong with having a female cut your
Ain't
hair.
nothing wrong
Look.
with it either. It's nothing
Look, I
wrong.
can't find a good Puerto Rican to cut my hair around here. So what else?
Hey,
What? Random.
Why I got to be Puerto Rican?
Because they cut good hair. They really do.
You know what? You were absolutely right.
Yeah,
'cause-
they do.
So
I mean-
I had a buddy when I used to live on Lackland, right? He was straight from Puerto Rico, and it was the first time I ever had the razor edge up,
Yeah.
and that thing was looking nice and sharp. I mean, before all the barbers started doing it, because they used to just do it with the clippers,
yeah.
but he did it with that razor, man. Like, you
Listen,
couldn't tell me nothing.
I don't remember a lot of names, but the guy that used to cut my hair off of Camp Lejeune, Baez, fantastic. He was I think he was he? I can't remember if he was in the Navy or the Marine Corps, but he actually went on deployment with me, like, and so he
Just to cut your hair.
he just to cut my hair. I,
Hey, that's
I
what's
put
up.
That's balling right
I
there.
put him in a sea bag and everything.
Uncle Sam was like,
You know?
JD, you're gonna need a personal haircut. It's
Come on
That's
now.
hot stuff. No, but I mean, so when you go on ship, they literally have like barbershops that are empty,
oh yeah.
and they're just there like to cut hair, and so like that's what he did. He made a lot of money doing that. He was
I know he
fantastic.
did.
Those barbershops and the other things like that on the USS Alabama are so creepy. Like if you spend the night on the USS Alabama, like if you're there for a scout trip or
Yeah,
something or
they did
whatever,
that.
and you're running around having water gun wars after everything's closed and it's all dark, and then you run by a section and you see a person just out of the corner of your eye and you don't think
Oh yeah, because they got the mannequins.
they got the
Oh
mannequins?
yeah. I do
Oh.
remember that.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
It'll
Yeah, I see that.
You come around a corner and you're like,
it'll do something.
Yeah.
Y'all know.
I'm sure it will.
Look,
True
I'm surprised that those mannequins have not gotten punched in the face
Man,
a couple of times because that would happen if it was me.
One of the
music kick went on.
one of the few times that and I've got goosebumps on my legs actually thinking about it. One of the few times that I've directly felt the hands of God in my life. We were having water gun wars on the USS Alabama, and I was up towards the front of the boat, and I like jumped over something, thinking that there was something on the other side, and it wasn't. And I was just there for just like a second, and then I was back on the boat.
What?
Yep.
That was a ghost, brother.
It may have been.
No,
Maybe
that was
the Holy
alone.
Ghost.
No,
But
he was in the
what it wasn't was me going into that water
Yeah.
down below.
The USS Alabama, like, so when I was in Scouts, we did that same thing, and I'm
Right.
from down there.
Right.
So that thing is creepy. You get the go on the submarine that was next.
Oh,
to
yeah.
it. That stuff is so creepy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What's actually also really creepy is when you're being a big guy like myself and you can't fit inside half of the rooms because I'm like, these people were small and you get stuck. So that's pretty creepy.
Oh my God, I hope you got stuck on the USS Alabama. That would just make my day. Like, that would just be one of the funniest things ever. If like there was a news crew and like they were applying Crisco, and all of a sudden you were like baby Jessica from way back in the day stuck in the well. And, like, it was like they were like mad Amber Alerts, and you were just
Texting enrolls you in a
stuck on
recurring
USS
automated text
Alabama.
messages. Consent not required to purchase.
Man, I need to go to the lake. These legs are a little extra pale today. Sorry about that for everybody tuned in on the stream.
You look very comfortable today.
I am, but I digress. Vapor Forge Highway 280 bringing you today's show. Next to Bailey Brothers Music. If you smoke cigarettes for way too long like I did, stop. And go talk to the folks at Vapor Forge and see if one of those smooth tobacco flavored vapes doesn't do for you what it did for me, which was just enough of a substitute to put down the cigarettes for good. And also, I believe if you go to their website, there is a button to donate to their legal fund. They're trying to, them and several of the other stores in the state are trying to push back against these laws that are supposed to take effect July 1st. So even if you can only give $1, it's appreciative. I truly believe that they helped save my life. So I've already donated and would encourage you, if you got a few extra, to please do the same. So I'm pretty stoked. The new college football, NCAA college football game arrives on my PlayStation here in about 2 weeks. And we found out yesterday that, or maybe it was today, one of the days, that Auburn's marching band was actually the band selected to play the intro music. So that's pretty awesome. Congratulations to you, Auburn Tigers marching band.
How does that work with NIL?
Oh, they don't get nothing.
No?
They're in the band.
Oh.
They get recognition.
They get recognized.
Yeah.
I thought maybe they'd get something for
Maybe
that.
they get a little something. I don't know.
They should.
But
I think, you know what, honestly, I mean,
they're getting their flowers
even
from
if
us.
they don't get
Yeah.
anything, I think it'll still be pretty cool.
The
'Cause,
recognition alone.
I will say every time I get that game or someone has that game, like, you know,
That's me. I played on that.
you hear that little,
That's me.
you hear that triangle sound?
That's
Yeah,
me.
that was me.
Yeah, that's me.
That was me. I added that triangle to that.
Yeah.
That's what took it over to the top. More cowbells.
But I'm sure the university will find a way to supplement the band for that, because
Yeah.
this is going to look
Raise their tuition.
right.
Raise the tuition.
No,
Thank
I've
you.
been reading all the different articles and stuff that's coming out about the game. It's going to be 30 times better than last year's game, and I played last year's game for 72 hours straight.
Oh,
when
well,
it
I
came
wish I'd have known, because I would have loved to have seen you on that, Darian.
I mean, come on, I'm ready. We can, I got the PlayStation at the crib.
72
I'm ready.
hours
Look,
straight?
you ain't gonna be playing
let me know.
PlayStation for a while, man.
Let me know.
Yeah, that's the last time you're going to do that after Saturday.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be playing PlayStation for a
Hey,
minute.
hey.
You
now.
got daddy duties to handle.
It's so
Well,
good.
I mean,
Yes.
yeah.
You got some stuff to handle before, and it's not the game. So and
Hey,
plus you probably don't want to do that
listen.
anyway.
Hey, just go in there and rock her to sleep,
That's it.
and then
you
just
turn that
like
beat.
put a pillow where her arm is over you, because
That's
I'm
not
assuming
gonna
you were the little spoon, and I'm playing. That was funny.
I'm definitely not the little spoon. But okay.
I'm playing, and just kind of slide out there and get up, go play the game, and get back into bed before she wakes up.
You know it'd be
Like,
great, though?
Hmm.
Go ahead, Darren.
I told her, because when the game came out last year, she was like, so what's the big deal? Because I guess she saw everybody's reaction on TikTok, and she was like, okay, so what's the big deal about this game? I'm like, okay, let me tell you this. We hadn't had a college football game since we were in college. That was over 10 years ago. And yes, this game is going to keep violence down. It's going to keep.
No, it's not.
I'm trying to egg it on. Like, I was trying to, you know what I'm saying? I mean, not.
He's trying
might
to build
not
it
be
up
able
to
to
make
get-
it make sense for her.
I'm trying to build
Save
it up.
the world.
I'm like, this game, I'm calling the homies, and we finna take this thing all the way back. We got 10 years to catch up on with this game. And so when I got the game, she called me. She was like, what you doing? I'm like, what you think I'm doing? And she was like, you playing that game? I'm like, yeah. So then she hung up. And then she called me like 4 hours later. What you doing? Playing the game. Then she hung up again. She called back another 2 hours. Yep, I'm still playing the game. I will let you know when I'm done. I got 10 years to make up for it. So yeah, She thoroughly understands the
I'll
importance
tell you what,
of this game.
when Bill Walsh college football dropped for the first time, because all we had before that was Madden, and all we had before Madden was
What,
Atari
Tecmo
football.
Bowl?
Yeah, Tecmo Bowl and Atari football and whatnot. It was just, oh my gosh, people just disappeared for days. Like there were people that just didn't go to class. It was it was quite magical.
There are too many buttons on those controllers. This is why, like, I don't play video games. We don't own.
Right.
We don't have a game system.
Right.
Well, after the Nintendo, after Zelda,
Right.
on the original NES, those controllers had too many buttons. It's like I can't deal with this,
They
man.
did-
It's
they did-
insane.
They did an exceptional job making it feel like the old college football games. Like I struggle a
Oh,
bit
yeah.
with Madden now. Just my reflexes just aren't what they are.
Well,
or
they
what
try to
were.
make Madden too realistic.
And it's too you can do so many things using all the different button combinations. And I kind of just
Yeah.
aside from just playing a game against the computer, I kind of just lost interest in it. But the college football game really felt like I was playing Bill Walsh college football again for the first time, and they had simplified it, and it was perfect. I hope they don't go too far away from what it turned into, because it'll lose a lot of enjoyment for me as a 50-year-old that can sit down, not play that often, and still wear out, the 19 and 20-year-olds that are around my house, and it makes them so
I already know they're steaming. I did.
mad because look, I'll hold the ball for 38 minutes.
Hey, you right? Hey, hand off.
Like
Hand off.
I will line up in the wishbone and dare you to stop me. You know what I'm saying? And pick up 3.5 yards every time.
So,
3 in a
you know
cloud
what?
of dust.
That's
Well,
EA
I never
Sports,
really-
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
I
so-
never really got into those games. Like I never really. I think the last sport game I actually played was Double Dribble.
Mm.
And then it was none but
Double
like it's been
dribble.
none but 3-pointer.
So-
3-pointer.
So I know somebody, because we're worldwide here.
Worldwide.
Worldwide.
We are worldwide.
I know somebody from EA Sports is listening to this. If I could I don't even play. I will get this game if they will take Donald Trump's comment from today, and when you start sucking, it just comes up and plays.
Speaking of that, I'd like to know all of your opinions.
Well, it's kind of like the two teams, right?
Right.
It'd be like the Redskins, or I guess Auburn, Alabama. Like these guys been playing for so long, they don't know what they're doing.
Right.
That'd be so good. There'd be an update pack, EA Sports update pack.
Do you have an opinion on the president of the United States dropping an F-bomb on? I don't know if it was live TV, but
It was
going to be
recorded.
it was going to be
recorded live.
spent-
It was
it was going to
recorded
be sent out. Do you, JD? What's your? I almost got the wrong set of initials. What's the? What's your thought on that?
So, I personally, like, I don't like politicians. I don't like these folks for the most part.
Right.
But I think one of the things I've always wanted is, like, I want to see a real person
Right.
up there, and I think going back and watching
Right.
that was one of the most real moments
Right.
that I've seen a president. Now, there's going to be a lot of people that are like, "Oh, this is not presidential," and blah blah blah. Like, unless that dude is an insanely good actor, right? He looked more angry in that shot than the shot he took at Butler
Right.
when he was actually shot.
Right.
Right? Like the dude looked genuinely angry.
Yeah.
And it just seemed so authentic and so real, right? That, like, I mean, it's just like, hey, it's awesome, right? I mean,
Darian, what say you?
I'll say this. I don't know how the perception would be. I think he's going to get a pass.
Please don't.
I think he's going to get a pass. That's all.
No, say what because I
No,
want to hear it. And if it's how
think
you
he's
feel,
gonna-
then I want to hear you say it.
I mean, it's just truth. I think he'll get a pass. If a certain other president said that, he wouldn't have gotten a pass.
That's an opinion.
what are you talking about? What? Oh,
He's saying that if Barack Obama had said it
If Barack Obama had said it,
in the
he
same
wouldn't have gotten passed.
in the same
In the same
context,
context.
in the same context, he would have absolutely gotten a pass from me.
100%. Because there are things that Obama, that as much as like from a presidential perspective, I wasn't like I'm not a huge fan of. He was very. There were a lot of times that like he was very authentic, very real sounding. Because he's probably one of the first presidents that didn't subscribe to just being so. I mean, he was super scripted most of the time because when he came off of that script, it was not great.
Right.
But when he was not, he was funny. Oh my, dude, he was there. There was some really. He was very candid, man, and like I appreciated that.
Like I never had an issue with the fact that he used to sneak out of the White House to smoke a Marlboro Red. Like the fact that he smoked cigarettes was absolutely genuine and authentic to me, and the fact that he was smoking Cowboy Killers as opposed to Newports or Cool Filter Kings or Salem's. You know what I'm saying? It was I thought made it even cooler.
Right.
But I'm just saying,
super candid. I mean,
for the general public, I mean, you know, we can sit here and say that, and that's true. Like I'm not saying he was right or wrong for saying that. I mean, I do believe as a president you have to hold yourself to a certain level of decorum, but I'm not going to sit here and be oblivious and say that that's not the truth. Yes, he's going to get a pass for exactly what we're saying.
And I believe that you truly believe that, and I don't fault you for truly believing that. But I'm going to say that I think that that's a bit manufactured and not completely accurate, is my opinion.
And that could just be me knowing, you know,
what the Roars told you for so long. I completely get it and understand it, and what you've seen, you know,
and what I've seen.
Absolutely. AJ, what about you?
Look, sometimes you forget that you are in front of the camera. You know, there's times where I've said some stuff or things have been said, and you're like, oh, yeah, I'm not supposed to say that at this moment in time, because you're just in that heat in the moment. I mean, as far as what he's saying, like it is what it is. You're gonna be for it, you're gonna be against it. I mean, honestly, I really don't care. I just want to make sure that, because you know, I have a brother-in-law who's serving right now.
Sure.
And my thoughts on that, it's just making sure, because then I gotta, you know, make sure my wife is going to be okay. Then my mother-in-law is going to be okay, because I got to think about the family members. You know what someone says. I was just talking
about the F word.
No, yeah, but it's much deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? Because that F word can cause a lot of its situations to happen that's happening overseas. Mm-hmm. So that's what my focus is on. I could care less how he says it. This is a bit of emotion. You know, you're dealing with you're dealing with negotiations, and negotiations are tough. And you're talking about two countries that's been fighting for God knows how long, but way before we were even a speck in our daddy's eye.
This goes back to
and so days. Like like is it so okay? This is not the first time he said something on TV that's a bad word.
Come on now. Yeah, really, I mean that's true. That is.
It's really
actually
not,
other presidents have done the same thing.
I mean, we had Joe Biden said this is a big effing deal. Like you know, it's like if that's what we're really focusing on, like okay. What? And I get it, you know, it's politics and all the other stuff, and you know, you're gonna be for him and you're gonna give a pass, or you're not gonna be for him and you're gonna talk about it every single day. The question is, how is it going to affect the American people at the end of the day? You know, are we going to go to war, or is there that ceasefire is really going to stand the test of time, and are family members going to have to put boots on the ground over there and engage with other soldiers? And so that's what my focus is on. So
I mean, you don't join the military to not go to war. I mean, so like, I mean, that's an expectation. That is like if you're there for any other reason, then like that's, you know.
I mean, and you're absolutely right. And but that's just where my focus is on. I mean, the word
Well,
I just thought it was hilarious, and I thought it was a very.
it was funny because
a very
the way he
authentic
said
moment.
it was funny.
That's
Right,
what I'm
and then
saying.
he just
It's
walked
like,
off. He like dropped that mic and just
Like
walked
mic drop.
right off.
And
like,
I thought it was a funny moment because it's like, you know, when you get in that heat of the moment, you know, you forget sometimes, and
Right.
we've all been there, where we say something,
And be like, oh, man.
and you're like, oh dang, I forgot.
Said that.
Right.
I forgot the
I don't
microphone
want
was
it.
on.
I don't want him doing it every time he speaks to the media
No,
by any stretch
not.
of the imagination, right? But just like watching that clip, and as much disdain as I just have for most politicians, anyways, I don't believe anything they say. I don't believe anything I see. None of these things. It was just a very, like, it just looked so authentic, and it looked very much like I mean, I would do the same thing.
I think that
Right.
it was. I think that it was for me. I think it was just about as good of a punctuation mark as you could have made. The realness, you know what I'm saying? Once again, I don't want him, you know, I'm not ever going to try to be the president of the United States because my filter is awful. You know what I'm saying? And like,
Hey, we have to put parental advisory stickers on your speeches.
Exactly. You know, during the State of the Union,
Well, it's subtitles.
There'd be a big old parental advisory. So yeah, but during my subtitles, there'd be a bunch of little like asterisks and cash signs and everything else. But I also
It'd be like those ADR, like, you know how back in those days when they used to take the cuss words out for TV shows and movies.
Yeah.
It'd be like, you stupid guy.
Yeah, exactly. Tracking's all jacked up.
But, you know, I also
And a
don't.
beep, and a beep.
I also have zero idea about the history of cussing and why a particular group of words was made to be bad words. Like I generally have no idea.
That's crazy. It's just like we grew up knowing that those were cuss words, but
you know,
nobody really told us why.
Well, and you know, I've had this conversation with a bunch of people, and I've had it with you guys too. Is that like I'm far more concerned with curse words than I am cuss words.
Yes.
And there's a very distinguishable.
It is a
difference, you know. So, yeah, the dude was upset and was like, "F it,"
right.
You know.
Well, and quite frankly, like you don't have to be a conservative. You don't have to be any of these things. You don't have to be a Trump supporter. You just have to have more than two brain cells to rub together to see and eyeballs to see that this. Like the level of things that they throw at this guy,
right?
Like I'm surprised it hasn't happened before, right? I mean, straight up.
I'm sure it's definitely.
And that's
not the
why I
first
say
time
he's
that
going to. But that's why I say he will get a pass
But he's going to get a pass because he's getting beat up, not because he's white.
No.
Right?
I'm not
like
saying
that.
No.
Yeah.
I'm saying he's going to get a pass because of everything.
But that is what you said.
Oh,
I mean, you
misunderstood.
absolutely. That is what you said.
All right, well, hold on. Let's time out real quick. Let's time out because we got calls and we need to take this break real quick.
Hit him with the pause, Darren.
All right, George, we're gonna come to you. I think you might want to get into the origin of the F word. Just be careful with that, George.
Yeah, please.
And then we're gonna get more on this conversation on the other side. You're listening to Breaking Bread right here on Talk 99.5.
You're listening to Break.
Welcome back into Breaking Bread Radio. Listen, folks, if you're looking for a decent work truck, a great work truck, super clean, check out bhambroker.com. They've got a 2016 Ford F-150, a little over 100,000 miles on it, good little engine, rear-wheel drive, and they've got it on there for under $12,000. So Craig and Keith are outstanding folks. They have great vehicles. So seriously, if you're looking for anything, check those guys at bhambroker.com.
Absolutely. And one of the members of Mob Inc. Is Craig Westbrook, because, of course, he is a man of Birmingham in a nice car.
Yes.
Several of them. Those guys from Mob Inc. will be at our event at Redland on Thursday morning for CBS 42. We're going to have the Chubb Fathers food truck out here from 11 to 1. Some great deals every day at Redland Rifle Company, so come and check those out. Remember, you're only paying 5% sales tax, but Friday there's a cruise-in Leeds from 5 to 8 that the Chubb Fathers Grub Wagon will be at as well, and I believe that the crew will be there. So you guys come grab some grub, say hello, and check out some awesome rides. And if you need a roof, reach out to the roofing professionals at Noto Roofing, because Noto knows roofing. NotoRoofing.com, N-O-T-O roofing.com. We're going to sit down and talk about some things with the folks from Noto Roofing before too much longer, and I think we're going to have something pretty cool to talk about.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
So,
Fun times.
gentlemen, great to talk to you. As always, thanks for covering for me yesterday, and thanks for all the prayers. Love you guys dearly and appreciate you all the time. All the time.
And we still have no wedding invitation from Darian, so peace.
Count on